A little bit of both, right? We get to come to a new place and there'll be a different energy in the building, and it's a big deal for these small communities to have NHL teams come in and play. And then for the Florida Panthers, there may not be the names that the fans would recognize, but for these guys, this is a huge, huge game because everybody knows a big cut's coming, and we're going to get down to one manageable group. So most of these guys have played our last two exhibition games. This is their last chance to kind of fight their way into the 28.
And going off both of those points, first from the players' perspective, do you sense that internal competition here as things have gone?
Yeah, it's kind of a light morning, but a bit of a seriousness around. These guys know that they need to be good tonight. And this, Bill Zito and I were talking this morning about the number of single games that eventually change people's careers. Whether you're a general manager or a coach, a game you win instead of losing continues a playoff run like last year. But for these guys, we do have a lot of them very even. There hasn't been major separation where one player is clearly or two players have clearly out ahead. So one big game tonight will keep you here instead of send you home, and who knows where that leads to.
And even when you show up for the rink today, do you feel like there's just a different kind of energy? Maybe even the players feel a little jump in their step when you walk in and you've got a red carpet and that kind of welcome?
I think it's nostalgia. So the majority of these guys, I would think, are small town guys, right? Like a town like this is where they grew up, where they played their hockey, where their family memories of hockey are. Now, I get that feeling when you pull in. It reminds me a bit of Sault Ste. Marie, and this is the Memorial Gardens in the Sault. It's the hub of the city, and the people here are so gracious and so excited to have us here. It's really nice.
Yeah, there were fans lined up 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So when you and the rest of the players first step off that bus, how much fulfillment did you feel knowing how much Hockeyville has done for the communities, for the games, and the Panthers for the second time in 4 or 5 years being a part of this?
Right.
How did all of that come
We
together?
love being a part of it. There is a special feeling when you come into an event like that, and there's an appreciation because the people that are lined up 4 and 5 in the morning are me and my family when I was 5 years old. Like that, it's how we grew up, right? It was such a big deal. We had a major junior team in town. That was just like this. It was such a big deal. And then for a lot of the guys, so it's interesting. Our bus pulls in, and normally the staff gets off, but the players get off because they're wearing this. For a lot of these guys, they've never experienced that. Right? They've all played, I understand, in big environments, but they've also never walked in on that many people looking for autographs and cheering them on. So it was nice for the guys. They were a little shy, I thought, when they first get off the bus, but we had 3 or 4 guys stay out there quite a while to make sure that they signed everybody that asked, so that was very nice.
Is there something about hockey in the Maritimes and the community and the people that really
For sure.
compared to other areas?
I think every region has its own hockey culture, right? And when you, let's say, don't have an NHL team that close to you, you grow up like I did, in front of the TV every weekend, and you're watching hockey, and it's the part of the family culture. Saturday night we would go downhill skiing in the afternoon before hockey took over. Mom make a pot of spaghetti, and then the hockey games came on. I mean, that was every Saturday night of my life, and it was just a wonderful way to grow up. And that's what's out here, right? The culture of hockey is a life culture. It's how your family interacts. It's how kids interact, boys and girls, right? Moms and dads. It's when you're a bit isolated in some ways from going to an NHL game, it's on the TV.
Had a couple quick ones before we let you get going here. But your goaltenders, I know you don't keep, I know you just look at body language for the most part as these things go on, but it seems like you've gotten good performances from whoever you've had out there. Have you been impressed overall with just the way these guys seem to have shown up into camp and into the preseason?
We've been really good goaltending straight through. We split the first 2 games on the doubleheader with Nashville, and then these 3 games are a much younger lineup, which means you're going to see more pucks to our net. I think our goaltending's been fantastic straight through.
And then with Mackie, played well, obviously putting some points on the board here. That last game, to make a move like he did out there in front, show that kind of patience, does that show you something about the kind of offensive instincts he has?
Well, you saw it in that, but we would have seen it, well, from the draft, and then in development camp, especially when you're running drills. That skill set that he has right now in my mind is NHL. His hands are ready. You just see the way he shoots the puck, he places it. He puts it where he wants to get it, so he's just not coming down the boards ripping it. Highly, highly skilled man. The first question that an NHL player has to answer is, can I put him on the ice? Because those highly skilled plays actually happen far less often than you think. Where their skill comes out is in the other areas. Can you get a puck off the wall? Can you get the breakout play made? Your hand skills are equally important there. Can you get your positioning right? So this guy's going to be a good player, I believe, in this league. He's got a really fine set of skills, and he's got a willingness to work. So sometimes you have to convince the skilled guy to get inside the rink and not on the outside of the perimeter. But he's involved in the game.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. All right.